I'm Tania Davey Smith. I'm a management consultant. I work for various companies. So I've been fascinated with the role of the board of directors, and it's not a very clearly defined role in business. People end up being on the board and you don't always know exactly what do you do when you're on the board, and how does that differ from being in management. I've run my own businesses in the past. I've started some companies, and for me it was an interesting thing to find out, how do we differentiate the role of the director versus the shareholder and the manager of the organization. That's been one of the primary benefits in doing this course for me, has been to learn the difference in the role of the director as well as the accountability of the director towards the organization. I think there's a requirement in our country for independent directors on boards, and particularly in the smaller enterprise, the family-owned business type enterprise, where they want to professionalize and they want to get more directors on the board to provide independent input into running the organization and providing input into the organization. So I think for anyone aspiring to be an independent director, this is a very good vehicle to equip yourself with the skills required. I think the contribution compass is a very novel and interesting way to analyze your own skills and your natural strengths, and also your natural weaknesses, really. I learned that I had 4 primary strengths on the compass, and that I'm quite well balanced across the board. I think that's a very interesting thing to determine and to find out about yourself. But what is particularly relevant about the contribution compass is to make sure that on your board that you have people with different strengths on the board. And if there are weak areas, this could actually play out on the board, and you want to avoid that. So to make sure that you have people across the board, I think is very important. Not only, of course, on boards of directors, but also in management of business generally. The learnings on this course has been phenomenal. And the way that the course has been put together and all the various dimensions that have been covered is very well thought out. The presentation and the entire learning approach is very powerful. So I strongly recommend to any person who not only is currently on a board, but also aspires to be on a board, to most certainly do the Sirdar course. The Sirdar course is excellent. I mean, in terms of all the components that it covers and the learnings from it. So it's definitely a great way to go. I highly recommend it.